James. What do you think about King James? He didn't, well, no, he didn't write it. That's the mistake. No, I'm trying. No. I'm trying to. Can I rectify something? Listen to what he's saying. Can I say something? You're gonna talk. Let me talk. I'm just gonna say something. When he said right, I don't agree with him. They didn't write. All they did is translate.
I didn't complete the statement.
Yeah. Right. They didn't. So I'm not gonna talk about him. About him. He said who wrote. I said we didn't look. King didn't write nothing. He just translated it.
But I need to put that
No,
let me talk.
I respect you.
as I can, as bad as I know. We've got 12 scholars on this side here, and they made the Bible more relevant to the people. That's incorrect. Yeah. You're not correct. I mean, in that Bible, you get mentions of the seasons.
What's going on now? Tell us. What's going on? Tell us. I'm from Africa. Huh? I'm from Ivory Coast. Not far from Sierra Leone. I like to see that. I know Liberian people that were my people. I learned English from them when I was in Africa.
So I just wanted to let you know that you're a Hebrew Israelite. That's number one. I would also to let you know that the God that we pray to, the God of the Bible, his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh. Also, I want to let you know that if you look at our culture, so if you look at Sierra Leone, if you look at Liberia, you look at Ghana, you look at Ivory Coast, you look at Benin, you look at Congo, you look at Jamaica, you look at Trinidad, you look at the Mexicans, you look at the Puerto Ricans. Forget the religion, because I don't believe in religion. Take that away. If you look at the culture, it's called Hebrewism. You see Hebrew culture embedded. So I just wanted to share that with you.
All right, can you show him? You just show me Revelation 11.
Just before you go, I just wanted to say,
My brother, I have 68 years old. I'm 68 years old.
Great men are not always young, wise.
I've lived down here and down there, like, you know, more than likely, both heading in the same place, maybe we're just on different roads.
well, no, I was going to just say something.
Bring us to the same place.
Okay then, my brother. You know, the next time we run into each other.
Let's do what the brother got to say.
Just say one thing.
My brother, respect you.
At the airport.
I hope the next time we meet
Anyway, I'm not going to know. I'm not taking no marks. No, speak for the edification of them. But when we say, you know when it happened, it's for the edification of people.
Now, basically, I just want to say the gentleman come up and was trying to say King James wrote the Bible and he had 12 scholars. That's incorrect. That's first and foremost, we always have dates. The first thing they come with is King James wrote this and wrote that. He never wrote anything. He got 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars to translate the manuscript that he had into what we can read into English today. That's just the cut and short of it. He didn't write anything. He didn't change anything. All he done was authorize it. That's why it's called a King James Version.
Just give me a second. Give me a second. Look, come.
I just need to hear.
No, why are you rushing?
I'm just waiting around right now.
Let's just stick for family.
Okay, I didn't know how to.
No, hey, can you stick for family? All right, so what is the come here. Mission for, oh yeah, I get it, I respect that. But guess what? We're talking about the same thing. But you know what it is? Even if you save Brixton from gentrification, it ain't gonna give you the power that you're meant to have as a brown, lovely brown sister. Because you gotta understand, us people, we are spiritual people. Alright? And I understand. You see, the reason why they gentrified it, because whenever we congregate, wherever we are, the spiritual wavelength is very high. You know why? Because we are spiritual. Now, because of captivity, where are you from, my sister? I mean, where are you from? Where are you from? Jamaica, whatever, Antigua, right? So you know about the slavery, right? You know through slavery, they're whipped, they took our culture and who we wear away, and they gave us their culture, all right? And for that reason, we came here and because we're spiritual people, we try to find our way, but every time they put armor. But we're strong people, right? But how come people that we say that are less strong than us always have the upper hand on us? There's a spiritual thing that's going on that our people don't understand. All right, so I'll give people 2 minutes, and I want you to just go without understanding. I'm not forcing anything on you. I just want you to, since you give me that, I want to exchange something to you. You know what I'm saying?
In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43, and it reads.
Now the flip side to this was if these people kept God's commandments, he set them above. For breaking the commandments, this is what's going to happen.
And it reads, the stranger that is within
Strangers
thee
talk about the other nations, that's among them.
shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Verse 41. Sorry, verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
That goes back to what the brother was saying. Why, as a people, that's got the spiritual power that we have, why are we always in the condition that we're in? Because we've actually got a power which we're not serving. And that's what they don't teach us. So you're handing out these leaflets because, trying to stop the gentrification. What we should be trying to do, read verse 13. If we kept God's commandments, this is what would happen.
Here's the book of Deuteronomy.
Actually, no, verse 1.
Here's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 1, and then verse 13. Verse 1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently
Hearken means to listen.
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So, if we're above all nations, do you think they could gentrify where we live? Exactly. So this is what we have to do to come back to, to be in a position where they can't gentrify our neighborhoods. Because as long as we're subject to them, they'll be able to put what they want. They're the ruling power.
And the thing is, it's the coming together part that we're working on now. You know what I mean? So that we can have things for ourselves.
You see, part of the problem is, like we just read, have you ever heard of Black Wall Street? Now, did they do good?
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Obviously,
Now listen to this. No, well, they match it up because
yeah, so it was good until then the white man said you're doing so well now that you can come and be with us, and that was
no, that's not what matched it up. That's not matched up.
but they did obviously try to destroy it. So they come in and
They did
they burn
physically,
it down.
yeah. But listen to this. Read the first part of 48.
The first part of 40.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy, the first part.
Because they did well, but hear what happened.
Therefore shalt thou serve.
Start with 47.
Right. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, with the abundance of all things.
Because he didn't want to make the most high be the one that gives us everything.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against
So
thee.
it's the most high that sent them against us. So even though Black Wall Street was doing good, we weren't serving the most high for everything. So he sent our enemies against us. So
And this will
Keeping these commandments.
That's right.
That's where the problem lies.
So now I want to show you who our enemies are according to the scriptures quickly. Right? So this is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
when it says
with
into
ships.
Egypt is referred to captivity. When you read Deuteronomy 5 and 6, Exodus 20 and 2, so on and so forth.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now what people did
Who would the people trust? Listen to this. By the way whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Why did you tell them the way how I said it's going to happen, that's exactly how it's going to happen, and you will not see your homeland.
So we're still in captivity.
We haven't gone back as a nation.
And there, in your place of captivity,
You got off them ships.
ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Now, where we sold when we got the ship?
You got to slave ships.
Yeah, who were we sold to?
And
So
what,
who's our enemy?
what did it call her? And what did it just say? We were sold to who?
So ye shall be sold unto your, for bondmen, which is slave men, and bondwomen, which is slave women. No,
we were sold to
our
them for slave
enemies.
men and slave women.
Okay, to understand it here, who gentrified it?
What did the Bible refer to?
Refer them to. So
The reason why you're running around, this one, fight, what did he say? Fight the power. Sorry, Salaka, fight the power. Right? So basically, you don't want reason to be gentrified. Alright? Why? You know what it is? Because wherever we are, there's power. And the fear them, alright, comes from that. Knowing they know us. There's a reason why people do this. Because, see, there's no two captains in the ship. They knew that we're the rightful rulers of this earth. So they took advantage, put us down so they could rule. That's the reason why everywhere we are, every time there's a power, there's an electrifying, vibe, they have to break it by gentrifying. So you can fight, but I can tell you this, you're not going to win this war. Because it's a spiritual war. The Most High puts you in that predicament. If you want some win, you're going to have to consider following the Lord. Why? Because you are a vessel of Him. Whether you understand it or not, whether you accept it or not, you are a vessel. See them, they are a vessel of something else. No, vessel of something like it's easy for them to be wicked. That's what they were coming.
That's right. That's
what I mean by that. But you are a vessel of Him, the God of Israel, the power. The only way you're going to be happy is when you start following Him. He's in church. Yahweh. They say Yahweh.
Also, you can't expect everybody trying to unite everybody. That's not going to work.
I don't even think that's what she's trying to do. No, she said she wanted to.
And the thing is, and this is what our captives taught us. Unified, we are all one. And all that. We are not all one. The Bible doesn't teach that. It was in these Christian churches. They teach this unity. The Bible doesn't teach that. We are supposed to unify as a nation amongst each other. That's where we are supposed to unify with our own people, not with the other nations.
Yeah, let's get back to gentrification. If they love you so much and if they understand you so much, gentrify this area. But they know what it's doing by gentrifying this area. What it's doing, they're breaking the power of the black man. They're separate people. The people that had good band or a very strong band, but they're somewhere up north. Somehow they move us around so we don't connect to create a revolution. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm sure if the Brixtoners were here, a lot of people would have been into this thing right now because we're here for a while. But what do we see? People come here just for market to shop in the go. The Brixtoners are not here right now.
Check out what he just said. He just said, see how they try to break you up into small groups so you're not powerful. This goes way back from slavery. What did they used to do? They had the light skin, they would have them in the house and give them better chores and the dark skin in the fields. And they'll make the light skins rule over the dark skin. That's just to create that separation. So you hate each other. So we're not unified, because when we come together, we're strong, you cannot beat us. But if you have us separate find each other, you can swoop in.
And if you look as well now, some of our people at some of these shops, where they're gentrifying, they move them out, they never move them back. They move other people's in. You know what I'm saying? But they're destroying that spirit that we had anyway. But that's because both sides judging our people for not getting ourselves right within. So unless we get ourselves right, like Black Wall Street will never last because they're not serving the Most High.
Not the way he said they should, because he has a requirement. So you can't serve him how you feel. You have to learn through the scriptures the way to serve him, and that's how you serve him. Then you'll see a difference in your life. So that you'll never see.
I'm going to say, what are the commandments?
That's a good question.
What's love that love?
Just before she. We've got a link we're going to give you because we've got a YouTube channel as well. So if you've got time to see that here, check out our channel. We teach
You know
the
what
Bible
you're going to do with this one?
raw
I'll give you again. See that one? Keep it somewhere that you don't lose it because you will need it soon. But one day you wake up and say, where is these people? We won't be here anymore. But you need that word. It's going to be tough. You're going to need that word. See, food ain't going to be enough anymore. You're going to need that word.
Right, two things I want to tell you before I read this out. One, if you read the Willie Lynch letters, the Willie Lynch letters will explain the tools that was used to divide us as a people. That's number one. Number two, Martin Luther King specifically, well actually it wasn't even him, it was a guy called Bayard Rustin, who was a homosexual brother. He was the one that convinced Martin Luther King to come with this unified doctrine. Let's all walk in hand doctrine. But prior to that, every single freedom fighter was fighting for separation.
You know, at the end, when he was about to die, he said that was the wrong thing.
Yeah, because he followed the devil.
You're well aware of that I have a dream speech Martin Luther King, yeah? Just right, when he's finished, I'm going to show you something about that I have a dream speech Martin Luther King actually said. Yeah.
Right, so this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 5.
Bring that one out. Bring that one out. So you got it? So you can
Hey,
see it.
do it first, I'll get that.
Good.
verse
This is
5.
one of the laws, them sis.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. Now through the Spirit, look at that sign over there, that vegetable sign. Can you see it? By
Oh,
the light bulb.
Right, the light bulbs.
Right,
Yeah,
can
right.
you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is the woman wearing? What's the man wearing? There you go. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
What is a woman's garment? It says a man should put on what pertains to a
Let me
woman.
take it. He has something.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's talking about clothing.
Why would God care about such that?
But it puts a particular spirit on you. For instance,
That's why I say they have to be energetic.
yeah, so when you see what man do you know whose inner dress acts all masculine? Have you ever seen a man in a dress acting all masculine? He acts feminine. Because that's the kind of spirit that a dress puts on you. Whereas when a woman are in pants, they're a bit more bolder. So it puts a particular spirit on you. See what I'm saying? So that's why it says a woman should read that again, Bob.
Different now.
That's how the Most High sees it. And this, like, if you look before,
One and nine.
before you look before 1940s, women weren't wearing trousers. In the Bible, they're known as breeches. They were ordained for the men. So when men started to go to war, women had to go into the factories, started to wear the overalls. That's what started to produce women wearing men apparel.
So the point is, women, when you say something, you say that, how would the Most High, it's not that, it's reality. There was a time when women didn't know about where we go from. They came, talking about the enemy. You have to understand the dynamics of the enemy. See, the enemy, he knows you, like I said, being a very spiritual person, spiritual woman. So what's going to happen is this. He's going to bring ways to make sure that you become carnal. Carnal being like, carnal is the opposite of spiritual. Carnal is someone that loves flesh, worldly with money, doesn't think about the spiritual side of things. He doesn't know about karma. Even if he just kill someone and then nothing to happen, or a spiritual person before he kills, like, yo, if I kill that person, they'll be karma, it come back to hunt me. So that's a karma spiritual person. So you get a spiritual person now, the most I will put, the enemy will put things in place to make you turn into karma, so you don't become what you're supposed to be in the spiritual realm. But you're a sovereign person. You get what I'm saying? So when you put you in that thing, what it does is that he now turns you to, he gives you that male energy. It just goes with all the female touching you. But now, you walk around a certain way, you put a certain vibe on you. Now, through the spirit, I want to ask you something. That's real. Yeah? Because I'm a real person. I'm not scared to ask that question. Alright? Because with the way I look at you, is it a fashion thing? Or when you come to your, I don't know want to go there, but yes. See, that's where we go. Because we're dealing with spiritual things. And as I see, I kind of know like what's going on, and I want to break it down to you to understand that because you were born in this country, you were born with certain mentality. But I want you to understand that you're a spiritual person, you're a daughter of Zion, and that you need to do what you please. I want you to understand that we had a way of being, and it's dangerous. That's why, see the gangs, see how they die, they get killed, they go to prison and all that. You know what? They don't understand who they are. They were born in Babylon and they want to follow the enemy's way. Kill for killing that. No. When you do that, you bring judgment on yourself. So I want to ask you what's going on. You're on that side, yeah? You go with your sister and shit.
I'm not even gonna lie, like you said, no, you see people doing this kind of thing, things like that. It makes it seem like it doesn't.
This country makes everything okay. You know, it doesn't give you any sense of like this isn't correct. This is not what the Lord said. Because even in church, everything's okay. All you got to do is come and believe, and it's all good. There's no like standard you got to live up to here. It's like do as you please. You know, that's the kind of yeah.
And that's what gets us into the situation that we're in now.
He's going to say something.
No.
Well, you say that. Oh, so you didn't answer my question. You answered it, yeah? All right. So now we'll speak that one now.
Something I wanted to say about the Bible, when you said that one is dreamer of dreams. Now listen to this, yeah, because remember, Martin Luther King said, I have a dream that everybody holding hands and all as one. But listen to what the Bible says about the dreamer of dreams. This is Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 1. And he reads, if there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, verse 2, and the sign or wonder come to pass thereof, he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Verse 3, thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord your God proveth you. So he's checking you to see if you're going to hearken to him or you're going to listen to other people. I'm going to just jump down to verse 5 here, and I'm going to let him read. I've just got ready for that one, just to show Deuteronomy 32. Listen to this, yeah? Verse 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt.
And that's what our people have done. We've turned away from our power. That's why we're in the condition that we're in.
And that's prophetic, so that's exactly what happened to Martin.
Yeah, and just says that, right? Watch this, yeah? Right, listen to this. Remember, he said he had a dream that we'll all be one, all that. Read that one.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nation their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam.
You hear that? The Most High separated the sons of Adam. So if we were meant to all grow together, he wouldn't have separated them. He separated the sons of Adam. So like you had like the Israelites was always separate from everybody else. He separated us because we are supposed to be a holy people to the Most High God.
That's what we're here.
Oh, you got it there.
Leviticus 20:26. It says, and ye shall be holy unto me, for I, Yahweh, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. So the things that we do, we should be doing the same thing as these other nations. And like the brother was saying, what they do, they set traps for us. And one of the traps is allowing us to do what they want us to do. And that then separates us from the Most High. So this is one of the things that they allow us to do, which is separate, which the Most High don't want us to do. It says Leviticus 20 and 13 says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. What does it mean to you? Now, no, it says, if a man also lie with mankind, so that's a man lying with another man.
The same way.
Because it goes both sides. Look, if a man lay with a man, it's the same thing.
Now there's repentance. Yeah, we can, and I'm not saying it's going to be something that's easy, that might happen overnight.
Oh, I had a picture. You remember that picture that I had of my sister?
Oh yes.
She had a way about her. When she got the truth, she just showed her beautiful sister, man. Her beautiful sister. Trust me, if you, well, like I said, we don't have to judge.
We're not trying to
open your eyes to reality, so you can understand. Look, you were born in this country. Even me, when I was in the world, I was a freak. Like, I went, deep in a way, like, well, when I came to true honesty, look, there's certain things that's what you do, and this and that. And it's hard sometimes, but I love what happened to the family. So you be introducing you them to the thing, it's not going to change tomorrow. At least you have it in mind.
Also, you can think on it and search the scriptures yourself. Do you have a Bible at home?
Not one that
You can just download one on your phone.
There's no accident by favor.
Yeah.
I understand that the Most High already, prepared you to have. Now, the reality, you can read your thinking, don't worry. I know, it's not easy. I know, don't worry, you want to have your point. You see, let this free move. Just hold it to the, I can see it. So what I'm saying, sister, is, you see, the thing about it is, you coming here is very important. Don't you sleep on that. Don't you sleep on that.
You haven't realized it yet, but it's very
Don't you sleep on that, man. It's a blessing. How many people really listen to us? Because wisdom triumph in the street, and no one hearken into it. Wisdom is that beautiful woman, for she's all covered up, so people can't see the beauty. But I'm sure if people came to wisdom and saw a beauty, what they would do that, they would try to use her for what she can bring to them. They wouldn't be genuine. So she has to cover herself. That's what's going on in the corner. So when you came now, you're blessed. You're blessed, my sister. Blessed. So you better get that, because judgment is coming. We're not just talking to be talking. Judgment is coming. And you see, the Most High respected no person. And saying that, we got a precept, because you said earlier, we spoke about
the pants.
The pants and that saying something. Now, why would the Most High know about this thing? So now, he's going to bring it.
So this is the book of Zephaniah.
So there's judgment for everything that we do. That's what we have to realize. Like, remember brother talking about karma? Everything that we do, like if you sow something, you're going to reap what you sow.
Right, so when I showed you the sign, you said it doesn't matter. Right, so I'm now going to illustrate to you why it matters. Right, so this is the book of Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice, which is Revelation talks about the judgment, the day of the Lord's sacrifice, that I will punish the princes and the king's children.
Where are the princes and the king's children?
And all such are clothed with strange apparel.
Strange apparel is a man who's
That sign there.
is a man in woman's attire or a woman in man's attire.
So it actually does
In the
matter.
beginning, it was not so. It just never was. You can check any, like in the 19th, say like even in the 19th century, like before, should we say, 1938 or something like that. Check before that, you find no women in trousers. Because remember, trousers was a manly thing. It was like the men wear the trousers. And it puts like I said, that certain spirit on you. Because like if you're wearing trousers, if you went to sit down and you can sit down your boat, would you do that in a skirt? With your legs wide apart, sitting in a skirt? It'll give you that feminine spirit. Now you'll sit a bit more courteous and a bit more circumspect. You know?
And it's so true. Have you heard of that saying, or she wearing trousers in a relationship? Why do you think he said that?
I think it's a Western thing, and I feel like it's that we
It's like rulership of the household. It's like changing of roles. Yeah, that's what it's actually.
Because you gotta understand, it was done to weaken us as a people. So when you, you want to say something?
Yeah, I cited a reference. So basically, the Women's letters. If you read the Women's letters, it explains why they did that to destroy our family and to reverse the polarity. So to put the women up and the men down and to separate us by color, by eye color, by skin color.
They'll be fighting in the house.
And also the deeper level, see your energy and vibration. Yeah. When you wear this one, you know that you vibe on the low vibration. As an indigenous, as a Hebrew Israelite, that's who you are. When you wear pink as a woman, you know that you vibe on the low vibration. When you wear trousers and jeans, you don't vibe like you're supposed to. You don't get to that point where you're supposed to get spiritual. You know why? The Most High is mad at you.
You may seem like it'll seem like people will say, oh, but it's only trousers, it's nothing. But you got to remember, the Most High, he's a
He's a judge.
He's a judge, and like even the Messiah himself said, he that breaks the least commandment and then teach men so shall be the least in the kingdom. And that is a least commandment. We can read that in Deuteronomy 25 to show that it is a commandment. Yeah, but it's a least commandment, but it still matters. It's just like your parent might say to you, tidy up your room. It's not a big deal, but they still want it done. And if you don't do it, are they going to reward you? It's still disobedience, no matter how you look at it. You know,
and
maybe it's little, but it's still disobedience from me telling you to do something and you choose not to.
And also, as a Hebrew Israelite, this body don't belong to you. Exactly. This body is the temple.
Exactly.
You can't just bring anything. Look, when you eat swine, you know what it is? Since your body is the temple, when you eat swine, you know your toxin. When you sweat, that's why some people, they have a certain smell. You know why? It's your body eat.
Yeah.
So when you eat swine, you know the Most High smell you, and you smell very bad. Spiritually.
To him anyway.
You smell very bad. When you wear these trousers, you look at the temple like, what kind of divine, what kind of strength and power is that? What is she doing? When you pray to him now, he's like that.
Yahweh doesn't hear the prayer.
Did you know that he doesn't hear the prayer? We can read it.
So when you scream about, I want Britain to be gentrified, when you scream about Black Lives Matter and that, he doesn't listen to you.
That's because you're not doing it. It sounds simple, but serving the Most High is not a technical thing. Otherwise, our people would use it as an excuse to not serve him. He makes his will known to everybody in a simplistic manner. Because we've not been taught. Like we read earlier on, the leaders, them.
Someone get Psalm 83.
Those that
you can read it, we're going to come to that.
Those that are meant to teach us are leading us astray. That's why we don't know these things. Like the leaders them that's meant to be teaching us the truth. But you have to remember, those that taught us the Bible were our enemies.
That's
So now,
the enemy going to teach you correctly.
so now you've got people coming out here trying to tell you the correct way to serve the Most High.
You bring out
yeah?
to this.
This is John. You never hear this in church. This is John chapter 9 verse 31. It says, now we know. So it's letting you know, we know. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
You know what I mean by sinners? You know what sin is? Sin.
You're breaking up the law. You're breaking up the law. You're breaking up the law.
Sin is breaking up the law.
No, don't go there, don't go there.
Yeah, sin is breaking the commandments. So read that again.
Yeah, it says, now we know that God heareth not sinners.
Basically, if you're not doing what he says, he doesn't hear you.
But it's gonna explain it. But if any man be a worshipper of God and doeth his will, meaning keeping the commandments, him he heareth.
That's how we get our prayers heard. By doing what he says. It's like, just brought out, if your parent tell you to clean your room and you're not listening, they're not going to reward you. In like manner, you want the Most High to do something for you and you're not doing what he says, it's the same thing. And as simple as it sounds, the way we dress is something that he wants us to do as well. You know what I'm saying?
That's for real. That's like if you're a temple. You want the house to be done a certain way, especially for some people that love, they're very extreme in the eyes, don't look. I'm not like that, but some people are like that. That's how Yahweh is like that as well. But you say something, let's get into the science of now. And I want you brothers to come wherever has been congregate, we're not any sister here. I just want to do the introduction.
So the scriptures that we're holy is set apart. So we can't be doing the same thing that these other nations do either. We're meant to stand out. And the way we stand out,
So yeah, you say, how come I never heard that? How come I never heard that? No, you lot can do whatever you want. I just want to, so from now on, you do whatever you want. So we're going to show you why it was hidden. Because this is the hidden science. That's why they don't listen to us, you know. This is the hidden, and I bet you they would never call us to no radio station and to no TV. So, because they know when we get there, it's a rock. You know what I'm saying? They spend billions on hiding the truth, yeah? Let you read that one, finish. And then so you read it to show them what's going on. And bear in mind the UN. You know the UN? United Nations. Bear in mind that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2 to 6, I reckon.
Let's start from I had a terminal.
Yeah, that's 2. From 2 to
Yeah, go.
Alright. For lo, thine enemies, we already know who our enemies are, because we showed you. So thine enemies, which you know who they are, make a tumult.
and it's not just them.
Noisy gathering.
Noisy gathering.
Yeah, uproar.
Just break it down first.
And the enemies is really turning to these other nations. Like I said, when we was going through slavery, what nation actually said, you know what you're doing is wrong? Exactly. So, go on.
For lo, thine enemies, which you know who they are, make a tumult, and they that hate thee.
So they don't love you. This is why they're lying to do what they know that is against the will of the Most High.
So we're answering the question that you asked. They have taken crafty counsel.
Part of that crafty counsel is saying it's okay for a woman to wear pants. It's okay for you to eat certain food that the Most High said, like crab, lobster, we eat those. Bible says we should eat. So the crafty counsel is making these things delicacies.
That's right. That's right.
All the wrong.
Don't
But I want to say something as well. The whole thing is to show you that, you know, they have to say, they have to get rid of you as Israel. So they can call you,
To back him up when he's
so they can call you Antigua, Black British. They have to
He's
say,
ancient,
they say,
by the way.
they say get rid them as the knowledge who they are. See, we going through identity crisis. And we're victim of identity theft. That's right. Okay?
That's right.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted UN council, consulted against thy hidden one.
Why we're hidden? Because no one knows who we are. We don't even know who
We don't even know.
The Bible says that we're Israelites, God's chosen people. They call us
black,
British,
whatever they want to call it.
Negro, Jamaican. See, they name us after land name. We should be named after man Israel, which was named Jacob, his name was changed to Israel. That's who we're supposed to be named after, we're the Israelites. But what do we name ourselves? Jamaicans, St. Vincent, Barbados, Trinidad. After land masses, after islands and names, which were names given by people who conquered their places.
They have said, so we're still in context, talking about our enemies and the crafty council. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
When he says the name of Israel, what he's talking about, he's not talking about the country that they call Israel today. He's talking about the man that his name was changed from Jacob to Israel. That's who they're kind of.
Yeah? Yeah, so that the name of Israel, which in Hebrew will be Yasha Allah, his Prince of Power, may be no more in remembrance. For they, the crafty counselors, the enemies, have consulted together in the UN or wherever else they do it with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Grouped up and they've, come against us, all of them.
That's the unity.
And the League of Nations before that, and the Treaty of Westphalia before that.
See the beauty about the Bible even tells you who these people are.
Well, there's a hit. I call it a hit list. So there's the hit list. So let me read the hit list. The Tabernacles of Edom.
The thing, Edom are who we call some white people.
Can I get that?
Different nationality. So they're called Edomites. We are Israelites. They're Edomites.
The Tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites.
Ishmaelites are the Arabs. A lot of these Muslim brothers, they'll tell you that their forefathers are Ishmael.
Of Moab.
Moab is the Chinese.
Now, before we carry on, who do you see, first of all, we got Greenland, right? We got Brixton, right? So, the property developer,
As you read them out, the names are on here, all those people. Like, you want to take a look at
All right, from the top. The Tabernacles of Edom
which is today,
and the Ishmaelites.
Ishmaelites.
Yashama Allah. Of Moab.
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 That's the top three.
And the Hagarenes.
And African finance, they're Hamites.
They're the Hamites.
No, that's Ishmaelites. It was Hagar, child with Ishmael.
but they mix
They're mixed with Arab. Exactly.
Yeah, they almost come under like
Exactly.
and they look Arab as well.
Exactly.
Your point is this, right? If you look at it, right? In Brixton, right? I say, in Brixton, what you have, the property developer, the one who
You can show the cameras a bit.
residential area now, they are the white bankers.
That was just the listing we were going through.
Yeah.
So they are Edom, that's from the house of Edom, right? Now, when you look at what was the name? When you look at
The hit list.
yes, Ishmaelite,
Ishmaelite.
those people, they're not actually 100%, but they're going to blood in it. People you see selling this stuff, the butchers, alright, the butchers, and then what do you have again? So in Brixton, if you want to go and eat some special fried rice, France, you go to Moab. You go to Moab. When it comes to property developers and people that gentrify these places, it's Edomite. So the Bible says they conspire together. That's why every ghetto you go, you see these three people. If it's not Arab, it's the Edomite. They're confederate though. They're supposed to, how come you bring something to your yard, right? How prices supposed to be ruled by the people, by the black man, the Jamaican, or the African, or the so-called West African, and that. No, instead, what do we see? The Edomite, the Ishmaelite, the Edomite, the East Indian.
building this.
That's right.
You gotta finish my point first.
Okay.
So my point is this, right? This is what you do. So when you're here talking about, I want to gentrify, I understand what you're saying, and that your struggle is noble. Yeah, it's a noble struggle.
right.
But ultimately, you have a deeper battle to fight. And that deeper battle is a spiritual one. Do you get what I'm saying? But it shows that your spirit is at the right place.
In the right place.
But it's in the right place because you're not being taught how to get there. That's where. See, so now we're in the signs of how can we do it because there's been a conspiration to make us turn us into a hidden people. Right? So you are a hidden people because you don't know your culture. You don't know your identity. You don't know who you are as a people.
Your purpose in the Most High, that's me.
Alright, that's a good point, brother. The purpose of the Most High. Who you ought to be or who you ought to do or what you ought to do. So the Bible says you're Christians. You're supposed to keep the law, show your people how to keep the law, how to be. Because we always talk about all the vibe, all the energy. To create and put everything Christian is not other than keeping the law.
So it's some knife crime, hatred between us.
So you wanted to bring something with these things.
I want to show you that, like, this is why we're at the bottom, because we're being punished for breaking the law. The other nations are not under the binding covenant we're under.
That's right. That's
That's what
right.
we're reading here. Listen to this, yeah? See if you've ever heard this. This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 1.
Yeah.
And it reads, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, this is what the Most High is saying to us, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Now,
That's why when we look at our people are always in the condition that we're in. We don't know.
I don't know.
It's not that's what they want to do.
Lack of knowledge.
Our people, that's what they want to do. They want to make noise.
Me, that was a big sign.
Exactly.
That's been on my mind.
Bring that one out.
Listen to this, right? So this is in answer to your question, which is why are we in this condition? Why do our enemies do the things that they do to us? All the questions you ask. Listen to this. So this is the book of Judith.
Go on.
Read the book of Judith, chapter 5, and I'll start from verse 17. And once they sin, meaning when our people sin, the Hebrew Israelites, once they sin, not before their God, before Yahweh power, they prosper. Because the God, Yahweh power, that hateth iniquity was with them. So when we listen to our Father, He's with us. So His Spirit dwells within us. 18. But when they departed from the way which He appointed them, when we were in sin and we were stopped listening to our Father, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captive, slavery, into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their God, Yahweh power, was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemy.
So then we got only 5 minutes. We have to finish. We have to go straight to the We have to go straight to the All right, go, but it's going to come down, I'm telling you.
It's just as quickly, just like what you were saying there. Listen to this. This is Jeremiah. This is what they did with us. Just like what you were saying. Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 7. They read, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries, enemies, said, we have offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord. See, they know they have sinned against the Lord, their habitation of justice, even the Lord of hope of their fathers.
All right.
So they know this is why they can do these things.
We wish that we could go more deep into it, right? But it is what it is. The Most High has, everything done for a purpose. So we're gonna carry it. We're gonna leave them. We're gonna leave them. Get on it. Yeah, check it out. So, okay.
Remember, you've got a God. You're the only one that's got a God. These other nations know that, and they want to keep you in this condition that we're in. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Master. What's your name?
What we're saying is all praises Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one who is God, and Yahweh Shai is the one who is Jesus. That's the name is Hebrew. Alright?
Yeah, this is a book of it's time to go. This is a book
That's
of
the most
Proverbs.
that's the most I work with. Things ain't gonna last forever.
No, it's not.
That's like this thing with the
Ain't gonna, I was just about to say that.
I wasn't referring to the king, you're referring to the word.
Eventually.
Yes, exactly.
Don't worry, we're gonna have
That's
some
right.
factions next week.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man or woman then understand his own way?
The most I that brought that sister up here, man.
That's right.
Hearken to the word, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Brother read that spirit, which I was thinking, but I didn't want to say.
I didn't want to say, but it's the flow. No, it's the truth.
That's my spirit. Because, you have to bring that spirit together. Some people don't hear it.
No, she did.
Yeah, so this is the book of chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 in chapter 13. So I can't give the whole talk as usual. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High power and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. Israelite man, woman and child. I won't read 14, I'll save that for next week. Okay, I've got time. This is verse 14 of Ecclesiastes chapter 12. And it reads, for the Most High power shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be
Bro, he
evil.
says that you're going to do that as a disrespectful thing. What's wrong with you?
Don't worry, man.
Don't worry.
You have no respect for us, man.
Don't worry, that's what
In the kingdom,
Ridiculous, man.
in the kingdom,
You get slapped.
In the kingdom, you turn the group the other way.
anyway, with that, we're going to close out. We're going to give all praise to Yahweh.
And we out.
That's right.
We out. All right, that's okay. We'll take a break.